Hey YouTube, happy Wine Wednesday, and today I have a fancy wine shop at home bag, and I'm going to tell you a little bit later how to earn this bag, how you can get one for yourself for free. But this bag is pretty neat. So let's say you're going to someone's house and you're just going to bring a bottle of wine. It's insulated, so if you're chilling your wine, it'll keep it nice and cool. It has a little bag or holder in here where you can have your wine opener, but what's important is what's inside the bag. And today we're going to be tasting the 2012 Moderna Livermore Merlot. So let me pop this open and let's get started. We are having the 2012 Moderna Merlot from Livermore. So let me talk a little bit about the wine. As usual, I like to say that I am not a wine expert. So any of that like big wine knowledge, the information you need to know about the winemaking process, I will defer to our winemaker Alex Reble because he went to school and studied for all of that. I love to drink wine, and that's why I'm presenting that aspect to you. My love and passion for wine. And the great thing is Alex, as always, provides us with more than enough information so that I can tell you some of that technical information, right? So, like I said, 2012 Moderna Livermore Valley Merlot. So first of all, take a look at that color. Very, very dark. We got definitely garnet in there. You have slight rubiness on the edge, but for typical Merlot colors, I would imagine. So, oh, my mouth is watering, I'm not gonna lie. So we have got a little bit of blueberry, boysenberry, a little bit of dark chocolate in there, definitely some oak and vanilla. And by the way, I'm not looking at the at my notes yet because I want to be able to experience wine first before I read about it. And that's a great tip. So a lot of people when I approach them about wine shop at home, I say, you'll be great as a wine consultant. And then a lot of people, well, Nelson, I'm just not that good at it. What could I do to be able to speak about wine more comfortably? And honestly, you just have to sometimes turn a blind eye to whatever it says about the wine and make your impressions of the wines first. And then read the notes, see if they correspond. And a lot of times you're going to be dead on because I think people have a natural ability to be able to describe what they're tasting. They may not necessarily be able to articulate it right off the bat. So this is where having 2 glasses of wine, and no, I'm not saying that just to, put it out there to double fist your wine, but that's why you can have 2 different wines and you can compare and contrast. So do me a favor, if you want to learn how to become a really good wine drinker, have a glass of Livermore Valley Merlot, have another glass of Merlot, and compare and contrast. But I digress. So we talked about blueberry, a little bit of boysenberry, chocolate, oak, vanilla, tiny bit of caramel, and I am getting like a star anise, or more like a star anise, that little spice at the end. Okay, so Alex is talking, look, blackberry, strawberry, oak, prune, and black cherry. I definitely agree with that assessment there. Let me talk to you about this particular Merlot. It is 100% Merlot. We're sourcing all of these grapes from a couple different vineyards in Livermore. And according to Alex, they were cold soaked to extract maximum color and tannins out of that wine. So they're talking about keeping this wine at about 45 degrees Fahrenheit for 3 days, and then the fermentation took place in small tanks again to get that expression and that complexity in the final wine. I'm reading all this, by the way. And then of course this wine was then put into a combination of French and American oak. So this I do know just from being at Wine Shop at Home, listening to training, talking to people who love wine. So what are the difference between French and American oak? So French oak is going to give you more of the spice with a little less vanilla on the palate, while American oak is going to give you way more vanilla and less spice. So that's kind of just a simple way of thinking about it, but if you want to keep those in the back of your minds when someone says, yes, it's a French oaked wine or American oak, at least you know what they're talking about. Okay, let's get to tasting this wine. Oh my, that is a delicious wine. Okay, so some of those flavors are translating. Has a nice fruit in the beginning, good balanced acidity in the middle, and then a soft and supple finish towards the end with a nice overall tannin to encompass the wine. You're getting a little bit of caramel, oak, vanilla, getting all that berries that we talked about. You're getting that. Interesting enough, the star anise, just a tiny hint. You're barely noticing it on the palate. So medium body, very smooth, a fantastic Merlot from Livermore. What to have with it? Recommended cheeses, mozzarella, Monterey Jack, and Havarti. You can also have it with pork chops, barbecue, beef. So if you are grilling up this summer and you're a die-hard red wine drinker, we found the wine for you. And this is a brand that I fell in love with when he first introduced it about 2 or 3 years ago. And once again, has proven its worthiness in the glass. So that is the Moderna 2012 Livermore Merlot, and robust, flavorful, still very smooth, so might actually be more full body. It's just so deceptively smooth that you may not even notice it, and great cellaring potential for the next 5 years. So I did promise how to get one of these bags. Now we are extending our special. If you host a wine tasting with a wine consultant, preferably me, you get one of these bags as part of your host gift. And like I said, it's a great thing to keep a bottle of Wine Shop at Home wine, take it to your friend's house, share it. That's how we get our wines out there, just by people like you loving our wines and enjoying it. Thanks again for joining me on Wine Wednesday. You can always find me at Artisan Tasting. Follow me on Instagram at Artisan Tastings. And finally, follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/Artisan Tastings. Because I remind you, you never have just one tastings. All right, have a great Wine Wednesday, everyone. Take care. Cheers.